Hello and welcome to Renegade Pineapple. I have got a couple of boxes to open today, and usually there's more than just me, but we've been finding it hard to find the time to get us together, so there was two of us opening stuff. So I'm going to open these on my own because I've got two boxes and something else to open. So I'm going to crack on with that now, starting with a MyGeekBox, which is, I don't think the most recent one. It might be the one before, or it might still be just before the new one starts, but I've had it for ages trying to find the time to open it, and I haven't really, so I'm going to open that now as well. The thing with MyGeekBox is it doesn't have like a theme, it more has like a list of franchises that are in it, much like the second box I'm going to be opening is the same thing. So let's see what we've got in here, starting with the obvious giant thing, which is Slimer from Ghostbusters. We'll stuff it out. As a little plushie, and it's got like, supposed to be his like drippy chin, I take it, but it just looks like he's got several chins. They're like little pouches, but he's pretty cool. I like him, with his little derpy tongue sticking out of one side. What else have we got? So there's a t-shirt. Here, let's do the t-shirt. If there was a theme, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue what it is. And there is Captain America's shield, all like shattered, which isn't supposed to be possible. Because I suppose it's probably happened quite a few times, but it's supposed to be one of the strongest metals. It's supposed to be the strongest metal on Earth, isn't it? Vibranium? Is adamantium strong? I don't know. But it's still, that's really cool. That's a nice shirt. I already have it's not a Captain America shirt. It is. It's a Steve Rogers shirt, but I have the Secret Avengers Steve Rogers shirt, which I really, really like. Which I did get from a box. I just bought that. And there's a DVD of the film VHS 2. I haven't seen the first one, or this one. It looks fucking gory, judging by the back of it. I take it they're these like found tapes films. I don't really know much about these films. I'm not super into horror films. There's a few horror films I really like, but I'm not like, I don't watch as many horror films as I can. So there's like somebody's monitoring people, and there's loads of tapes and two detectives who are trying to find some missing school kids. Yeah, it just says students. I'm assuming they're school kids by the pictures on the back. And they find all the tapes, and I'm assuming the tapes are full of all this gory shit, where people keep dying around the school. Well, that sounds fucked up. There's a mystery DC mini. There's quite a lot of people on the back. Might as well open this up now and find out who I get. Oh, it's Kid Robot stuff. I didn't realise it was Kid Robot. Oh, it says it right there. There's a bit, and also the logo. So these are all the different choices on the back there. I'm hoping for Joker, Batman, Harley, Red Hood, Cyborg. That's pretty much it. I'm not super into DC. I read like a couple of things. I still read Harley Quinn stuff, and I read some Batman. Ooh. Oh, it's the Flash. You can tell just by the top of his head. And also, is that on purpose? Oh no, they do all have red noses. I thought some of the colour had gone off properly, hadn't gone on properly, and he had a little red nose. But I think he's supposed to have a little red nose. I like the Flash as well. I don't really read the Flash comics, but I watch the TV show, so he's still quite cool. But not, like I say, I don't read a lot of DC comics, only really Batman and Batman villains versions of comics. So this is a Sonic Screwdriver pen, and it's the David Tennant one. And it's, ultraviolet. Oh, is it like one of those, like, they used to advertise them a lot between like shows on Nickelodeon and stuff, where you write in invisible ink and then you can only see it with the pen. This is really childish and stupid, but I'm probably going to really enjoy this and start writing on other people's property without them knowing. Maybe slightly murdery little threats until they walk through a blacklight and they're like, holy shit, I'm going to die on this thing. And the last thing in this box is a Star Wars comic. I've got quite a few of these now. This is a Poe Dameron one, but I've got quite a few Star Wars comics just out of boxes. I haven't bought any, I just keep getting them out of different boxes. Granted, I did buy a Star Wars box, so that would probably, yeah, kind of makes sense that I've got quite a few from that. But I've had a couple of them in other ones. The art style in this is really cute. Oh, it's just like a little back bit. There's like a really cute bit in the back. Yeah, I'll definitely give this a read. I love the new Star Wars, so I'm quite excited to read through all these. I haven't really found the time to read all them. I've got such a backlog of comics at the moment. But that is everything in this, my geek box. Just to go through it again quickly. Poe Dameron comic, Tiny Flash, Slimer, Captain America t-shirt, and Sonic Screwdriver pen. That's probably the thing I'm going to use most, which is really dumb. And the movie VHS. But it's not on VHS. That was the My Geek box. Now I'm going to move on to a little of something in the middle before I go on to the second box. So this month's Loot Crate, which was called Powers? It was called Powers, I think. I wasn't really into the stuff that was in it. It wasn't really a lot of my kind of things. There are a couple of things. There's always like one franchise and then 2 or 3 ones that I don't want, and I'm not going to spend the money on the whole box to get the one thing that I want, because that's just stupid. But what I did get is part of the level up, and not the t-shirt. I got the socks, because I got the socks last time, and I got some cool Kingdom Hearts and Zelda socks that I really liked. It was a little like the original Link, like the fully 8-bit Link on the socks, and the Kingdom Hearts pattern. They're cool. And this month's one, I believe, is Super Mario and He-Man. But I'm going to keep going with socks, because I always need socks. So, this is Mario ones first, which are actually quite cool. Yes, I like these. These are nice. And they're quite, I'm just going to say they're subtle. They're subtle in the Mario design. They're not subtle in the colour choices of the socks. They're rather bright blue and very orange in places. These are quite cool. I like these. I definitely recommend the socks. And these are my He-Man ones. Is that just a picture of Prince Adam on it? Ew. These are more subtle. It just says He-Man on it and has a picture of him with some crossed swords over it. These are more subtle because they're just grey socks. I will probably wear these more because they're grey rather than bright blue, which doesn't really go with a lot of shoes that I have. But these are really cool. I definitely recommend the socks. Just look at what the theme is. If you like the theme, that's kind of worth it, especially for socks, which is just something you need. Okay, so that's one box and some socks down out of the way. So I'm going box, socks, box. So now we're going for the second box, which is a NerdBlock. So not a box, I suppose it's supposed to be a block. But it is still a box. Let's not argue about the little details. It's all just about buying useless crap so that I can feel like I'm involved in a franchise. This again doesn't really have a theme. It's more a couple of different things. The only thing is, I don't fucking remember what they were. I feel like part of it was Back to the Future. That's probably why I wanted to buy it. But we'll find out as we go through everything. Whoa, there's definitely a lot more in this. Oh, that was the main reason I wanted to buy it. There's a Rick and Morty something in here, which I've just seen and I'm very, very happy about. So let's start off with that. Which is this t-shirt with Rick Sanchez on it. That miserable motherfucker. Very yes. Very happy with this. I love Rick and Morty. I didn't start watching it when it first came out or anything like that. But because it was not really on in the UK at like normal times, I don't think. It's on Adult Swim, but I never knew when Adult Swim was on because it's not on Cartoon Network here. It's on like Comedy Central. But then I started watching it all in like one massive lump. So I've seen all 3 seasons of it, and I'm not 3 seasons, 2 seasons of it. The third one they're making at the moment. I'm really into it at the moment. So this is very good. This is pretty much why I decided to get this block. Because of one franchise. I can see something on top of the rest of the stuff that is going to mean absolutely nothing to me. So let's do that out of the way. It's whoever Samantha Baker is from the movie 16 Candles. I've not seen that film. I don't know what that film is about. Maybe I should have looked into it before getting this. But yeah, this isn't going to do anything to me. It's a shame it ended up being the pop in the box. It must be like a quite successful cult film for them to have bothered to make pops of it. I was kind of hoping this was going to be like just a little throwaway thing or a pin or something like that. And unfortunately, I've just found the pin. Right, if we had reversed these two things, I would have been much happier. As the pin is for Back to the Future. Or if there was a pin for 16 candles, because what am I going to do with a pin? Nothing. If there was a pin for 16 candles and a pop for Back to the Future, that would have suited me much better. Especially since I have a Loot Crate pop, the exclusive one of Doc Brown with the like jumper cables, where he's doing that bit to for the clock. You know what I'm on about in the first film. I'm not going to explain the whole scene. He has some jumper cables and some goggles on. That is the exclusive pop. So if I had a Marty McFly one to go with that, I would have been very happy. This is still cool, but I don't know who this is. Maybe I need to watch the film. If it's on Netflix or Amazon Prime, I'll watch it and then find out whether this is worth me keeping. This might be my new favourite character. I don't know. The next thing we have is Captain America's face as a mug. Where are my scissors? I had scissors. It was tiny. So it's this really weird tiny mug. I mean, it's quite well done, but am I drinking out of this? It's too small. I can't fit a tea bag in that. This seems more like a collector's thing, but I can't imagine there are many people who are like, I'm collecting teacups and also Marvel stuff. It feels like it should have either... Yeah, I don't know many people that collect teacup things. I suppose I could use this to put... I can't even use it to put milk in or stuff like that. Just, it's not got a spout on it. I don't get it. I like it, but I don't get it. I don't know who it's for. So, the next thing is these Etch-a-Sketch sticky notes, which are quite cool and quite useful, and I'm probably going to find a way to attach these to my fridge so that we can use them, which is a nice little design. Mildly useful. Yeah, it just seems like a nice little novelty. It's a good little thing to chuck in, but considering some of the stuff that's in here, particularly the mug, feels like quite a bit of a letdown. It feels like stuff like this is just them going, we know there's not everything in there amazing, so let's throw in a couple of extra little tiny bits. That's what we've got lying about. Oh, that's what this theme was. It's like an advertising card for the theme that we have. So this is the 80s block, which doesn't entirely make sense. Why would... Rick and Morty's not an 80s thing. That doesn't make sense. I suppose he travels through time so he can go to the 80s. But that's just... Alright, whatever. The last thing that's in here is this. If I can open it. It's the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. I've got 2 Ghostbusters things across the 2 boxes. He's also got a derpy face. I feel like this must be made by the same company, Monster Factory. Let me get Slimer. The label on Slimer from the MyGeekBox says it's by a brand called Monsters Everywhere. The Marshmallow Puff Man says Monster Factory. But they have clearly got the same eyes and similar derpy expressions, which would lead me to believe these are actually probably made by the same people under slightly different names. But they're both quite cool. I'm not like the biggest fan of Ghostbusters in the world, but I'll probably keep these around. I think they're cute. I dig them. Alright, so to wrap up again everything that was in the NerdBlock, it was Marshmallow Man who can't stand up. Weird tiny teacup thing. This, which is a disappointment. Well, it might not be. I'm being harsh on this. I haven't seen the film, so it's disappointing to me. but somebody might fucking love the film. I'm going to try and watch the film to see if I like it, so that I can probably keep it around. The Out of Time badge, which I'm probably going to put on something, because that's the point of it, it's a badge. The sticky notes, and in a way, kind of worth it just for this t-shirt. For 20 quid, I probably would have paid 20 quid just to acquire this t-shirt. If you probably look up the retail value of this t-shirt, it's probably less. But I like this, and him, and I'll probably use that. I'm not sure about that. I don't understand this. I like Captain America, but that seems stupid. So, I'm going to quickly put together on the table the bits that I actually like and make my own box across the boxes. Yeah. In order to get together all the parts that I actually am happy with. Like, I'm happy with them in general. I think the boxes are still quite a good idea. As much as I don't like everything, there's always stuff in them that I like. I'm not sure if I'm going to get another MyGeekBox. Probably going to get another NerdBlock. I'm already trying to get the comic book one. That's the next one that's coming out at the moment. But yeah, depending on what the theme is, I'll probably stick with that. The Geekbox is sort of less clear on what the theme is and stuff like that, and what stuff's going to be in there, so it's a bit... It feels a bit riskier. There might be a lot of stuff in there that I don't really like, so I'm probably going to give that a miss. But I might keep up with the NerdBlocks, and I'm definitely still keeping up with Loot Crate. Loot Crate is kind of the main one and the one that people talk about a lot, especially on YouTube, because they give out discounts and stuff like that. But I do still feel like it's the best one, personally, at the moment. I do think you get better stuff and they get more exclusives and things like that. So I do think that the Loot Crate works out better. But still props to the NerdBlock. And here's all the stuff that I'm happy about. My Ghostbuster crew that I've just teamed up there, who the Flash has now joined. I like the Flash. I think he's cool. I think this is a cool design. I like Kid Robot stuff. The Poe Dameron comic book, which I'm definitely going to read. It's got to go on my pile of loads of comic books that I need to catch up with, but yes. Obviously, you know which t-shirt I've picked. Of course, I'm going for the Rick and Morty t-shirt, because I think that's awesome. I'm going to wear that as soon as possible. The Out of Time badge from Back to the Future. I'm a really big fan of Back to the Future. I actually tried to get this as the actual license plate a while ago, but I think the order fell through or something. I don't know what really happened with it. But I'd still like to get hold of one of those at some point. My silly Doctor Who pen. I have a Doctor Who spork from a Loot Crate, and now I have this. I can have several sonic screwdrivers, and I just like that it's an invisible ink pen, and it makes sounds as well. Oh, and you can write normally, so you could do both. You can hide your messages. You can just write messages. It's up to you. The film VHS 2, which I've not seen and might not entirely be my bag. It might turn out to be a really shitty film, but it's quite cool to get a film in there. Especially, I don't think this was a hugely successful film. I think that's why they're putting them in there, because they're probably selling them quite cheap anyway. But it is still quite nice to get something like that, something that you can watch rather than it just being something that you wear or a figure and stuff like that. And of course, they were a separate order, not really from the boxes, but again, the socks. The socks are always good. Last month's socks were good. This month's socks were good. Next month's ones, there's Fallout and something else. I don't remember the other ones. I got too excited about the fact that I'm getting Fallout socks. But that is it for everything across these boxes. There's a whole lot of stuff. There's all going on. There's loads of it. I ordered too much, and I've ordered more of them. I don't know what to do with everything. I'm running out of space. So that's it for now. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
To move from the side.
Listen to the lovely noises of the box.
That's not a word.
All its mysteries. They say a line that we recognise, like, I'm Demix. And then we go, oh, well, that one's Demix.
Some of them says, like if one of them said Daz Water Daz.
It's a Daz Water Daz.
We know it'd be him.
These are mysteries for the ages. There is one thing we do know of Tilt. It is imbued with magical Spanish powers that defy the imagination. But I don't get it. I don't know who it's for.